Keegan!
Jordan! Oh.
Tom.
Hi.
So today we are playing a game that is up there near the top of one of my most anticipated games of the year.
Barbie Writing Club.
That's next week. That's after this one. Yeah. This week though is going to be Xcom 2. Xcom is a strategy turn-based game where you are a resistance that are fighting against the alien invasion. The first one came out in 2012, or at least the reboot of the franchise came out in 2012. It's a great success, and I love it a lot.
It was great. I really loved it.
So it's another space game that you love.
It's another space game.
I'm sensing a theme here.
It's set on Earth. It's a sci-fi game.
Okay.
The biggest thing, is that your characters, there's permadeath. So if a character dies, they're gone.
Ooh,
and so there's a lot, and they're a tough game. What I've done with this one is I've actually written bios. You two are actually in my game. So we'll see if we play today. If you both end up making it out alive, that's gonna be my goal.
You're playing. This may be.
It's a Steam game, and
I was gonna say, if it's based on what's happened the last few times,
I
you might
don't
have some
have
trouble.
the highest amount
We'll see.
of faith.
So
as long as Tom dies first, that's all that matters.
whatever happens, I love both of you. Know that is true.
Until I get real salty with you.
Yeah.
And then you'll kill me intentionally.
So let's find out if you guys are ready to go.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Earth, space.
Close.
Earth, space.
And beyond.
Make that big boss less special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level.
Alright guys, so we finally are playing us some XCOM 2. I'm really pumped about this because I'm playing on a better computer than what I have at home.
We're playing that on my iMac, and Jordan was like, oh shit. I'm like, put it up to maximum and see what happens.
I'm able to run most things at high. So, Tom, I know you've played some XCOM. Keegan, I know you have no idea what this is.
XCOM. I mean, I know the concept of it, but I've...
So, real quick, just to kind of give an idea.
This looks like the, what's that, the
Fallout
iOS
Shelter.
game, yeah.
Yeah, so what's different from previous ones, we have a commandeered alien ship, and that's what your home base is kind of set up with. So instead of it being just a stationary thing, you actually are able to move around the whole entire world. So you have these little grids that you can build, communications tower, power relays. You can build proving grounds, allows you to build new items, things like that. You have engineering, which is kind of your store. And then you have over here research, where you research new alien technology, but currently I don't have any. So this game is probably, if Dark Souls 3 wasn't coming out this year, this would be my game of the year. I put 30 hours into it since its launched 2 weeks ago, and this is my first playthrough. So I'm doing pretty okay. You got your event queue down here, which is a nice little thing to see how your game is going to progress, so I can see like what research is going to finish up, when I get a supply drop, so on and so forth. So a fun thing that you can do is actually pre-make characters who will be in a character pool that you can recruit down the line. So in honor of being on part of a group, I actually have Keegan and Tom both. Keegan, you're Keegan Vi, Monkey.
Keegan, Monkey Vi.
And Tommy Kilo Miles. So you're a captain, lieutenant. The highest you can get to is colonel, and then it's major, then captain, lieutenant, and then rookie. Keegan, this is you. You're kind of a gnarly looking dude. You got that grenade launcher. You got a nice little chain gun.
So basically, you give me the biggest gun I could.
Yeah, and you also have smileys all over your armor because I decided to make you as happy as I could. So I'll go ahead and show you what your face looks like so everyone can see. So there you are. You got that
the
shaved
best part is
head.
I just shaved my head.
Yeah.
So.
You're a little bit manlier looking than maybe in real life, but
Whoa.
That's why I got a thing going on right there. Love you, Keegan. So with this, you can also actually change your voice. You can change the attitude. So you're very by the book. Even though I originally had you as happy-go-lucky.
That's what I would do.
But what's actually funny is you started off as happy-go-lucky, and as you've gone on missions, you've actually changed your personality because of the shit that you've seen, which I think is kind of a cool way
so I've seen some shit.
Yeah, you for a while were pissing me off because you fucking missed every time.
Surprise!
You got frantic all the time. So one thing, I actually spent probably a good 4 hours the very first day writing up things. So Keegan, this is you. Keegan Monkey Vi was formerly a member of the Canadian press until he was called to arms after first contact. He can often be heard saying, "I'm not a soldier, I'm just a guy who shoots guns." Despite his lack of confidence in his own skills, Keegan is a passionate and incredibly intelligent member of the team. Somehow, despite the horrors he's seen... Keegan Keegan keeps a childlike optimism about him, a truly endearing characteristic in such trying times. So I actually tried to base things off of things that I think about the person in real life.
By the way, you can get a I'm not a gamer T-shirt.
Yeah,
if you want to. That's what that
on our
was
website.
reference to.
And you also are Canadian.
I'm not Canadian. But
you're basically
my character.
You're basically Canadian.
So the reason I don't know if we ever told this, but I grew up in Canada.
Yeah.
Kindergarten through 6th grade.
That's why you're basically.
That's basically why
Yeah.
I'm Canadian.
And I realized that I was going to have way too many people from America if I didn't actually mix things up. So, Tommy, here you are right
Tom is
here.
British.
You are currently and I'll kind of go over the classes in a hot second. You are a ranger, whereas you are a grenadier. I think I'm actually going to change you to a grenadier, though, because the other grenadier I have is a piece of shit, and I need to get rid of him.
You talking about me?
No, the other guy.
Thanks, Jordan.
The other grenadier.
So, Tommy Kilometers Miles was originally a member of the British Marines until a deployment period caused his path to cross with that of an American girl. And this girl caused Tom to move across the pond to the United States, a place where he would build his new life, a life filled with love and 2 dogs.
Aww.
That is, until first contact. When the aliens took his happiness from him, Tom swore he wouldn't rest until he had his revenge on those who ruined his life.
So I'm basically the Punisher.
Pretty much, but British.
Who are the aliens?
Well, I mean, the aliens are the aliens.
Oh, so from like the game.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a game reference. I was like, who the aliens?
This is a game about aliens.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to think like because you said it based off real life. Like, who's the aliens in Tom's life?
Oh yeah, no. Jordan Redbeard, this is me.
You should have done Bearded Monk.
Bearded Monk. I don't know. Redbeard was just one of the things. And what's weird is I think because I have a helmet on, I can't change my my hair. But Jordan is a veteran member of Xcom, having been initiated upon first contact. His tactical mind and a surprising sense of positivity have allowed him to lead his teams to victories time and time again. In his several years enrolled, he has seen close friends and family fall and has become a better soldier because of it. Loss is a part of life now, and he continues to fight until loss eventually overtakes him.
Just be happy that you could type this all in on a keyboard and not with the PS4.
Yeah, no joke.
Typing. Thing.
And I got this pretty badass gun right here, which is pretty gnar.
Big. He's compensating for something.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to. I had to.
So one big thing.
You're a sniper, though, right?
Yeah, we'll kind of go through some menus really quickly, and then I'll get into some combat. So one big thing that they had the addition of is a weapon upgrade system. So I have a repeater right here, and if you notice in the bottom right-hand corner, like when I hover over something, it changes like what benefits I get. So currently I have a repeater, which allows me a 5% chance to instant kill and 10% to my aim.
Is there a friends with benefits?
There's not. Damn it. And then I have an advanced scope, which increases my aim. But I don't know. I think the weapon design, I think the art design in this game is pretty...
this game's real pretty. We haven't even gotten into the game yet.
It's pretty fucking good.
I'd love to see what this looks like on potato on your computer.
Garbage. And then, so, like...
PC Master Race.
I have this guy. This is Roland. I've kept him a long time.
He looks like an actual badger.
They see me rolling.
Yeah, so I gave him that eye patch. He originally came with a ponytail. I gave him an eye patch, and I gave him dreads. He's a ranger, so rangers are close range. They are kind of your scout people. They work with shotguns. His armor type is a higher level armor that allows him to phase through any physical material, so he can just run through walls. They also have these badass swords, which is something that's new to the game. Keegan,
they have a flying frisbee, because that's very Tron-like.
No, he doesn't have a flying frisbee. I wish. This is Susanna Petrova. She's been with me for a long time. She is a specialist. Specialists are kind of like your medic. So she has a little machine gun there, and she also has that little drone back there, which allows her to hack stuff. So that's something that's new. So you can change your armors and everything. You know, they give you different stat bonuses. Just it's an RPG, so those are those RPG things that you can do. A lot of people like to do a lot of different colors. I kind of keep everything relatively grayscale because I figure if we're kind of trying to, get into ambush people, a bright red outfit wouldn't be great. This is my other grenadier that I hate.
He looks like he belongs in a Pixar movie.
He fucking, because he has zero will, he gets shaken up all the time, and it is absolutely the worst. So that's my soldiers. I have a really small group of people.
How many can you take into battle at one time?
You can start off with 4. As time goes on, you can upgrade to 6. So that would be in your guerrilla tactics schools, which allows you to buy different things. So there's a lot of things that they added to the game. So you can do different combat tactics. So like Vulture allows me to get 75, allows me to drop an additional item when enemies drop loot. That's a new thing. Enemies can drop loot now. Units gain +3 mobility. Wet work, 25 experience gain from kills. I don't really need that. Squad mate dies. random tactical bonus. I'm not going to necessarily do too much of that right now. So you have all your different areas. You have your comms towers.
Does this unlock in section again?
Kinda choose
as
what
a
you
very
wanna
much a
build
Jordan and
usually,
Tom
right?
game. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of shit going on, and I'm like, does it teach
So-
me individually how to?
It
do all
does.
this?
Okay.
Okay.
It does a very good job hand-holding you and telling you kind of what you need. But as soon as you get like your initial things, you have you have to manage your power. You have to manage the amount of contacts that you have.
So it's like Fallout Shelter.
Yeah. So you do have to manage those things. And I came to the brink of this game almost being over, and I peered into oblivion and came back from it stronger. So each of these you have to clear out debris and rubble and then build things on top of. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the bridge. This is probably the biggest thing that is different from the other games. So originally in the last XCOM, you had the whole entire United States open to you. You were this secret government thing that was funded by every single government
What does
across the
XCOM
world.
stand for? Do we know?
There actually is extraterrestrial combat.
Ah.
I think. So what instead, you are randomly generated a starting point. So I was started off in the western United States, and you actually have to make contact with other people who then send you supplies.
Hey, you had contact with Long Island.
Yeah, and so pretty much.
You're welcome.
Thank
That's
you.
where my family lives.
This Avatar project, if this fills up, it's pretty much you have 20 days to get it back down, or you're done. I got it down to 12 days and managed to get it down to this far, and so I have peered into the brink, and I came back. So and that was honestly the most satisfying thing I have done in a long time.
That's what I love about these XCOM games in general, and what I loved about the original was just those moments where you feel like all is lost, but then you have one guy that's left alive, 3 enemies, and somehow you manage to pull through.
Yeah.
That's the best feeling.
And it has been the most satisfying thing. So I was just progressing through time, getting some supplies, and now they're saying, okay, here's some new targets that we can go through. So they'll give you 3 missions that have those dark events down there, are negative effects that can happen to your campaign. So Alien Cipher increased intel costs 100%. This one is Avatar Project, adds 2 blocks of progress. So I'm probably going to tackle that one because Avatar Project is, again, what ends the game for you. And then I have this third one that increases detection radii. So the one...
so are those guaranteed to happen, or are those just...
Those are guaranteed to happen if you don't stop them. So on top of managing your resources, managing your contacts, so you have your objectives up here that are your story missions. You also have these supply drops that you have to finish up. You also have contacts that you need to make. So the one thing that I think this game does maybe a little bit poorly is when I get this mission, if I try to do something else, it'll say, hey, no, you need to take care of these missions. And so it really doesn't do the greatest of jobs telling you what is the most important thing that you need to be taking care of. And I think that it could do a smidge better.
That comes into the strategy element of it, though, I guess, in terms of you kind of have to be the decider of what is the most important thing to take care of.
I agree. You definitely get the chance to kind of see, what decision. There's really no good decision, but I wish that there was a little bit more of hey, you have this timer right here. So what I like around right here is because I have this thing called the Shadow Chamber, it allows me to see what enemies I have in there. So heavy MEC is a mech, elite troopers aren't terrible, Archons are kinda awful, Vipers are a new character, Gatekeepers are pieces of shit, elite Lancers aren't terrible. So pretty much what I'm able to see here is I can kind of choose what my my party needs to be constructed of. And now that I have an alien ship, I get to fly to different sectors in the whole entire world. I get to choose my crew based off of my selected people.
Basically, if you hold true to form, you're gonna choose who's gonna die here. This is like any other quick bite you've done, Jordan.
Yep. So we'll see. So I
choose Tom.
I'm not even in his crew.
Oh.
Yeah, not in his crew right now. Based off of the enemies that I have, I'm gonna try to make sure no one dies.
Pick me.
You're in here because fighting those gatekeepers, those guys have a lot of armor. These guys are great against heavily armored things.
Because big guns.
Yeah, my reward isn't maybe as good as getting an engineer, getting a scientist, but I really don't want that advent counter, that end game counter to increase. So through here, very similar. You have the ability to choose loadouts. I have a gas grenade. I have normal grenades. I have med kits. I have armor that give my guys even more health. and I can do all those things. So this will be a good one. I have a nice balance of I have a sniper, I have 2 rangers, which are close range, fast guys, and then I also have my 2 heavy hitters. And actually, the last thing I'll do before we jump in, there's a lot of menus, but there's a lot of really good stuff that they added here. Is they added ability trees with a lot of this stuff. So they really customized a lot of this. So with each of the different character classes, you get the ability to choose between 2 different skills with it. So right now, I have Blade Master, does 2 extra damage with swords. Shadow Step, I don't actually trigger anything when I attack people. Run and Gun, I can run really far and attack. And Placeable, if I kill someone, I get an additional move. Untouchable, if I kill someone, the enemy will guaranteed miss the next turn that they take against me. And Reaper, I do chain attacks for melee that just completely fucking wrecks everything. And I can, anything that's within a certain range, I just keep on going and hitting them. So there's a lot more like strategy and customization to the characters, and I really like a lot of the skill trees that they added, because it allows me to personalize based off of how I play the game. So like Medical Protocol, she can heal. Covering Fire, Ever Vigilant, she's able to every single turn go into Overwatch, which is something that we'll go into a little bit there. So
it's my favorite thing ever.
Yeah, Overwatch is fucking great. Overwatch is pretty much your characters don't take a shot, but if they see any movement in their line of vision, they can take an attack on them without utilizing a turn. So it's pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and launch a mission.
Let's get into gameplay. I hate menus.
But see, that a lot of the gameplay with this game is the menu.
I know, that's why YouTube bought the game and I didn't.
Man, I have been pumped about this game. Like, I was bummed that it was only going to be
that's why I bought American Truck Simulator.
Yeah.
There's like 3 menus.
PC only, but honestly, like, I mean, I'm getting over that. I just need to upgrade and buy a PC.
But here's the thing,
So you
Keegan,
run an
you
update.
enjoy a lot of like simulation type things. I know that you like, is it City Skylines or whatever?
Yeah.
And those sort of things. Imagine that, but with some combat embedded in it as well. So you have
that's
to
kinda what
control
this game
the
is.
entire destiny of the world when it comes to this alien attack by researching, various materials, improving your own weaponry, your own abilities, but then also kind of fighting every once in a while to gain more momentum.
Yeah.
So you have elements of action with, as we're about to see, an actual sort of game, and then you also have a lot of strategy,
And
which is fun to do.
They've added a lot of finesse to this game. Like, this game has got style at the ass. The stories, they've updated a lot, and they've also added a lot of, like, really cool cinematography things to it. So one of the biggest things that they've added is this concealment thing. So the first few turns, until the enemy sees you, you are undetectable. So you pretty much are kind of going through and running and strategically moving until you maybe see the enemy. And you can tell because you got those little, hooded guys up in the top. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch to... I'm going to move me, actually. So with this guy, I actually have the ability to use a grappling hook now. With my thing. So since he's a sniper, I usually try to get him up to higher cover. So I'm going to grappling hook. And the nice thing is that doesn't utilize a movement. So I can move halfway across the field and not necessarily use any of my moves up. So I'm not seeing any enemies yet. So I'm going to go ahead, move over to Jane. She's always kind of my scouty person. So this game is a tactics game, obviously. It's very similar to a game that we played like a few weeks ago, or a little bit ago, called Hard West. But Hard West very much took after this. So, alright, we saw those enemies, and those little red squares on the bottom are their cone of vision. So if you run in those squares, enemies can see you, and then battles will commence. So what you kind of want to do is you want to strategically place your people so that you aren't going to be in there, and you can actually set up a bunch of, tactical positioning to Overwatch and take enemies out in one fell swoop. So, great. And I saw more enemies. So those are 2 robots. And those guys are fucking awful. So I'm going to move him to...
So is that shield half covered? Is that
Exactly,
Yeah. So that's half coverage. Alright, so I can still Overwatch a little bit, so I should have sprinted to the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to Overwatch with my pistol. And then the other thing, those little yellow dots right there, those are additional shield that you have before your health. So if an enemy attacks you, that always is going to be 2 damage that he absorbs before it gets into his health meter. So like it just allows you to tank a little bit more effectively. Alright, so I'm going to keep moving these guys a little bit. And yeah, if Keegan, feel free to ask questions. Tom, I know you're more familiar with this than Keegan is. But yeah, feel free to, Keegan, as we are playing, ask questions. And I could run through here, but that would break the window, and that would cause everyone to notice me. So
I don't see what the problem with that is.
And I don't want Senpai to notice me just yet.
So essentially, the main kind of strategy for this game with the concealment edition is you're always going to try and get to an ambush point.
Yep.
Why did that one do that?
Just kind of...
Because they can.
You know, do they get you?
No.
They're just moving?
Yep.
So you're always going to try and get to that ambush point and take out as many as you can before they become aware of your presence and start to scatter.
Yeah, and if you can put it into Overwatch, you can pretty much decimate a whole entire group of enemies. And so we're going to open that door. Alright, and I'm going to get her... I'm probably going to get her right there. Alright, so I'm going to Overwatch her. I am going to move... actually, I probably am okay. Yeah, I'm okay right there. So what I usually try to do is get at least like half of my crew into Overwatch. And then I try to utilize one of my stronger, like, tanky characters, my Grenadiers, and I try to use them to get rid of any shields that someone might have. So, alright. So this game is very heavily RNG, which is random number game or random number generator. So I have a 76% chance to hit, but if I hit him, I'll shred 3 of his armor, and I will also take away half of his health. I am probably going to miss this. We will see, though. And King, this is you.
Boom!
Alright, you actually hit. So
yeah.
Cool. So I hit.
I'm a badass.
So that's gonna... You miss a lot more than you hit.
But I'm a badass.
So that's gonna take them out of Overwatch. Or take them out of that hidden thing. And then you can always tell because then... Alright, so now Overwatch is gonna kick into effect and you get these really cool camera angles. And boom, bitch. Took him down. Alright, so I got one of those guys down. And I have the 2 things, and then I have this turret right there. So what I'm probably going to do next...
Is the turret behind a shield?
No, it's just behind a window. Alright, so I'm going to probably take this sniper shot. I got a 100% chance to hit. And... boom.
Nice.
Alright. So far so good. Like, in terms of first turns, this has been a pretty decent first turn. And I got this skill called Death from Above, that if I kill someone from higher elevation, I have the ability to do a second move with it. So I am probably going to go to Bull Rush here, and I am going to utilize his Frag Grenade. Frag Grenade, probably going to kill that civilian, but that's cool.
That's cool.
That's going to shred their armor, and it's also going to get rid of any sort of cover that they have.
Animation's real good in this.
Yeah, animation's good. Like I said, they added a lot of flair to this game.
And as I learned earlier today, when you gentlemen came to join me for recording, environmental damage is a real problem in this game. If you set fire to something, don't hang around it for too long.
Alright, so I'm going to probably... I might regret this decision.
I might
regret this decision. But if I can... and see, this game is just filled with a lot of these, like... tough decisions of like, should I move forward? Because I can technically take a shot at that guy. I don't think I'm going to kill it because he has 7 health left. I would have to do 10 damage to him.
You have 100% on the turret though.
I do, yeah, but I don't know if I'm going to kill it. So my thought is, could I get a better shot at the MEC, the robot, and
doesn't
kill
the
it?
flashing bar show you how much you would take off of the enemy?
Yeah, but he has that 2
armor,
shield too, and I can do either anywhere from 8 to 10 damage. So I have a 45% chance to critical. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that shot. Oh, I think we could be okay.
Nice.
Boom, bitch.
Jordan, why are you doing so good? Stop it. I want you to die.
I have actually trained... Okay, so she got implaceable, which means that now I could, if I wanted to, run to anywhere on the field. and get cover. So I think what I'm actually gonna do.
It's more enjoyable when your people die.
Except I have spent so much time making this crew to be like the best thing that I possibly can, and so I am very glad that I'm currently doing okay. So I don't have any other moves, so I'm gonna go ahead.
The real question is, do you have a Freya?
I do. She, I think she died.
So you shouldn't make Freya
true
anymore.
to Freya.
Yeah,
true to Freya. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to end this turn. I don't know why my bracket command isn't working. So Keegan, what are your thoughts so far? I mean, I know that it's definitely very menu heavy, but like, what are your? Oh, he's gonna fucking shoot that car with his rockets. But untouchable allowed both of them to not get hit, which is why I fucking love that skill. So because I killed people in the previous one, I was able to not get hit by that move
the
at all.
car's gonna blow up though.
Yeah, which is fine. I'll move them before I do anything. So, all right. So he has Keegan. You're gonna go ahead and take this shot again.
I'm gonna hit it again. Watch. Boom!
I usually take the
Look at that.
camera angle change to mean that I'm gonna do okay. All right. So she did all right. One other thing. I'll see if I can do this. You can actually hack enemies with this specialist person. So I'm gonna send my little drone over.
Beep, 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 beep.
I'm probably not going to actually hack him because that would be a waste of it right now. But, so I can hack... He's actually in the way because camera angles.
Shutdown, 93%.
So yeah, I have a chance to do a 93% shutdown. I'm not going to waste that though because there's probably going to be another robot enemy that I have to fight later. This game is glitchy as fuck. I will not necessarily attempt to defend it in that regard. There is a lot of jank to it. Most is not well optimized in the slightest. Alright, so there are more enemies, and that's an Archon. They are like this giant flying alien thing. And then I have 2 Vipers, and Vipers are the shittiest thing in this game.
Why?
You'll see probably wrong button in the next one. Alright, so
Quit! They're shitty. Go.
Alright, so we are gonna kill this heavy MEC.
Boom! The animation's real cool in this. I just don't like the strategy. I mean, partially because I'm real dumb when it comes to this kind of stuff. But like, I don't like this kind of stuff. But then again, it's the same thing I do with my sim games. Like Roller Coaster Tycoon is all strategy based. It's just a different thing.
All right, so I have
You need to try it, Keegan. I think it's one of those games that. So here's the thing: the first time I saw the first XCOM, I was like,
"Oh, boom, bitch!"
No way am I gonna like this game. I hate turn-based strategy games, and I was just determined to hate it. I ended up picking it up on the cheap just because, and I fucking loved it. Like, I fell in love with that game. I played it for so long.
Yeah, the original XCOM Enemy Unknown was in my top 10 games of the past 10 years until this game came out, and it's taken its spot. So, alright, I'm going to move her there.
Gonna hide behind that tree?
Yeah. And I'm probably actually going to, because that Archon guy, or Archon, those guys are fucking nasty as shit. Alright, so this might be a bad idea because those Vipers.
Gotta get away from that burning car, though.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of my thought process. Alright, and I'm gonna run him over to there. Shep, you're gonna go there, and hopefully I can kill those Vipers. So those Vipers can grab you with their tongue from like halfway across the field and then bind you, which causes 2 damage per turn until you kill that person.
That is shitty.
Yep, so I got a 60% chance. I'm probably gonna miss. Missed. Okay. But he still looks really fucking cool.
Stupid Shep.
But no, I love the art design in this.
Get together, Walker.
The armor design is really cool. The enemies are really neat. You remember the Thin Men from the old game, Tom?
I do.
That's what a Viper is now.
That was good timing, by the way.
Yep. Alright, so Archon, he's going to move over. Don't know what he's going to do. Blazing Pinions, I don't like this move. So he jumps up there, and he is going to
do a real cool animation.
Yeah.
Half a body.
Egyptian god.
Yeah, the
body.
enemy design in this game is real fucking neat. Alright, so he's gonna do that shit, and that's exactly what I told you. So he's gonna bind me, which means that he is gonna get 2 or 3 damage done to him every single turn until I kill him. So what we'll probably do, I will show you guys some of the, I will show you the close range sword because it's pretty neat. So I'm gonna move her.
So why is that one red?
Because that means it's an enemy site. So
Okay.
if I were to hide right there, that Archon that's up there could technically hit me.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to get into that because...
And what's the handful?
Yeah, so that means that there's loot that's been dropped. So I'm going to go run into that square. As long as you run into that square, you pick up that loot. So a lot of times that gets you more weapon modifications. That gets you an Illyrium core, which allows you to build new things. So I'm going to go ahead and I have a...
That Viper's ran into the wall.
So I have a 100% chance. I'm not going to kill it, but I will do a pretty decent amount of damage, and it looks really cool.
And Vipers are snakes, which is terrifying.
Alright, and he's actually burning now, too, because this is a laser sword, which sets things on fire, because
Nice.
why wouldn't it?
Get me up there. I gotta go shoot some shit.
Alright, so I'm going to move you there. And so that guy used the flaming pinions or whatever. Wherever those little, like, beacons of light are, that's where his attack is going to land. So I'm just going to shoot straight up until this guy fucking dies.
Yeah!
Keegan, you're doing better than you have, like, literally, like, you're getting the
it's-
opposite performance anxiety.
It's because he knows I'm watching. He's gotta make his namesake look good.
Should I take the
Tom, on
Viper
the other
shot,
hand, is
or
not even
should
in
I-
the crew.
I'm
Take him
warming the
out.
bench.
And again, that's nothing personal. I just strategically based off of the enemies that I'm going to be seeing.
Strategically, I am just the best.
As far as realism goes, I'd probably be warming the bench.
Alright, so I got death from above again, so I can go ahead. I'm going to start moving my sniper a
Can you pop
smidge.
that Archon with your sniper?
Yeah.
I popped the Viper with my sniper. Which is a lot more fun to say than I was imagining that was going to be. Alright, I'm going to move her.
You're gonna be an enemy site.
That's fine, but I have 3 turns left. I try to kill enemies with certain people to try and level them up. So, bitch is done.
Is his little beam
And
gonna
she got a
land?
promotion, which means she leveled up. So no one's inside those little beams, so no one should, in theory, get hit by that. So I'm going to go ahead. I do need to reload with my sniper, though. I'm going to move Juan up a little bit up to here. I'm probably going to go ahead and get him with that cover right there, so that he has cover on 2 sides. But no, like, this is literally the only game I've been playing for since it came out. Like, I love everything that this game does with a strong passion. I don't know really where I want to move.
I only really started playing it recently. I picked it up on the cheap. Thank you to GameFlip, by the way.
It's a real cool app if you don't know about it.
Yeah, very cool app. I picked it up for $33 on there, and that was like
Is it,
maybe 4 days
is
after
it a
launch.
Steam code that you have?
It was for a Steam
fuck.
key. So
Okay.
I picked it up on the cheap, and I only just got brave enough to try and run it this morning because I've had the worst luck lately with the Steam Link and Steam Pad combination. But after downloading a nice controller configuration and messing with a few settings, I had it running really smoothly, and I was really enjoying it.
See, I think the Steam Link would be better if you could hook other controllers to it. Like if you could plug
Yeah, it
a
definitely
wireless
takes-
360 controller or something to it.
It definitely takes a hot second to get used to some of it. I mean, the thing that I don't like about the Steam Pad is that the mouse portion of it is too finicky.
Yeah.
Like, you have to kind of just stroke it a lot in order to get it to move. I know.
Stroke
Maybe
me,
it's just-
stroke me.
That is typically how life goes. And I love this. Can I say I love this grappling hook? Alright, so...
You can say whatever you want, Jordan. Doesn't mean it's true.
So, the reason why I said, oh fuck, is because that red flare that's over there,
Means more enemies.
that means
is
more
coming.
enemies is coming. So I need to try and strategically place my fuckers
Whoa.
so
Whoa,
that...
be nice to them. They're your peeps.
I'm actually doing really good. Like, no one's gotten hurt so far, which means I can still use them in the next round. And I say that in this next round, I'm probably just going to get completely demolished.
As long as I don't die, I'm good.
Try to get some Overwatches going.
Oh, yeah, I got hella Overwatches going. So really, I just need to get her out of line of sight.
out of dodge.
I'm gonna get her over there because there's full cover. I don't know where there are probably still other enemies in this. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and
How big
Overwatch.
is like the map world?
I mean, the map world is the whole entire United States.
No, I'm talking about like this thing.
I mean, it goes
They
over
vary.
to, like, there are probably
That's the
enemies
edge right
chilling
there.
over there. The edge
Or does it-
generally
or does it go further? It
is
goes
whatever
further.
that, like, grid is.
Okay,
I mean,
so it goes further than what that. That's just
yeah.
what
yeah,
you've seen.
this
so
is
far.
just what I've seen so far. I don't...
Go swimming. That sounds like a good job. A
I
good
don't
thing
know
to
where I
do.
really want to move him
Go
to.
go swimming.
No, you're gonna...
That's how I play these games. Like just swim.
I would suggest we let Keegan play after, but I'd be worried that your entire team would get decimated.
I have gotten these guys through around 12 to 20 battles each, and I don't want them to die.
Again, animation, real cool in this game.
Yeah, I really like the aesthetics of this game.
Vastly improved over the
Yeah,
original.
there's an actual story in this game, which I think is great. A lot of, like... So one of my main issues with the first game is that there was a lot of, like, gameplay and story, like, disparance. So, like, with this game, you know, you're a resistance. The aliens have, you know, pretty much kind of won. It's 20 years after first contact. All right, so let's, I'm actually going to let this play out and see what happens.
Boom!
He's probably going to miss because he's a stupid fuck.
Is that Walker again?
But I really like this thing where, like, the camera just moves around.
Walker's doing real bad this time.
No, Walker's doing great.
Walker's doing real good this time.
You just missed, though. But I really like the cinematography, like the fact that it just slowly pans between each character as they're shooting, I think is a really cool effect.
So I just realized you said earlier you had too many Americans. Does nationalities matter?
Nope. Alright, so here's the one thing I was waiting for, which is a
eyeball.
gatekeeper, which fucking suck, because they have a ton of health, they can revive enemies,
And a lot of shield.
and have a lot of shield. Alright, so...
Just fucking just throw a grenade or something.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I got
See?
my...
Told you, just throw a grenade.
Actually, I don't know. Should I do frag grenade or should I do a plasma blaster? That's going to do 7 to 10 damage and probably also get rid of that car. I'm going to go ahead and use plasma blaster.
Boom. Well.
Overwatch removed, bitch.
Okay, so... Alright, you can get rid of him.
Pew!
But so, like, the first game, you could only send out 6 people, and it's like, wait, I have the whole entire, the world's funding towards me. Why can I only send out 6 people?
Was that a technological limitation, do you think?
I just think it's what they wanted in terms of, like, gameplay. That's how they got the best balancing, was only having 6 people versus, like, 20 enemies or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just have, like, 20 dudes, otherwise
That's
it
what I
would be
would do.
challenging.
You guys should see me play Halo Wars. It's real ugly.
It's
real ugly. That's probably the closest thing I've come to something like this is playing Halo Wars.
It's similar in nature. It's more command and conquer.
Yeah,
I would agree.
But that's the closest thing I've
still,
come
strategy
to.
is strategy.
Yeah, I'm real bad at strategy.
But, like, this one, it makes more sense because it's like, okay, you're this resistance that is technically... What's up?
When you change that camera angle and there's that snake down there, it's real unnerving.
Sorry. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do another shield here, see if I can get a really cool camera angle.
Hopefully not on the snake. Wow, okay. Bye!
Alright, so he just got wrecked. Alright, so I got rid of pretty much all of the enemies that were originally here. So now I just have to worry about that gatekeeper, which is a fuck, and then I got to worry about those other new enemies, which are called stun lancers. Stun lancers have the ability to do just what that sounds like, stun you.
With lancers?
Yes, with swords. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and those guys are over there.
Are you supposed to get that green thing?
I'm supposed to defend it.
Wow.
So...
Go on the roof. Put Jordan up on the roof. Oh. Whoa.
I think he should go in that corner of the building there.
Right here?
Facing down.
So this is
Other
one of my
corner.
tanky guys.
Oh, no, I meant Jordan should
Yeah.
go up there.
Yeah, I've
as a sniper.
already killed one guy, so with him, so I can't
Maybe
really
put him
move
by the
right
window,
now.
yeah. So he
Yeah, my only
shoot
thing is if they miss, if they hit that, but yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll move him there. But yeah, so like with this game, it's like, okay, it makes more sense that you would only have 6 people going out to battle because you are a resistance that is technically fighting a losing battle at this point. 48%. I'm gonna take that shot.
You're not gonna make it. Because you're shooting through a wall, apparently.
Nope, I made it.
I don't know how that shot made it, because you shot through a wall.
Video games, Keegan.
Yeah.
Physics.
And so, like, that makes sense to me. And so I think that they did a really good job with that. I also think that in terms of, like, yeah, presentation, there's an actual story with this game, whereas with the other ones, I mean, there was a story, but it wasn't necessarily super duper well thought out
Here
or
comes
anything.
the ball.
That ball is reckless. Just straight up destroyed that fence for no reason.
Whew! Love Untouchable. That skill is literally the most overpowered thing in the whole entire game.
Do you think they'll nerf it?
No.
No?
They're not going to nerf it. I mean...
Sometimes this game can feel incredibly unfair, and something like that actually balances the scales a little bit.
Yeah. And like there are definitely incredibly overpowered skills, but yeah, they really just add balance to what can sometimes be like. There will be times when I will have a 90% chance to hit an enemy and I will miss, and that is some shit.
That's because you have a 10% chance of missing.
Sure.
That's called math.
No, I completely understand what math is.
Do you?
Yeah.
Careful what you say.
Go closer to that block by the pool, maybe. Or
Yeah,
maybe,
go to the pool.
Well, this is my sniper right now.
Oh, yeah, get him to the
So
corner of the
I'm gonna
building.
probably get him to the corner right there. And there's sometimes some weird things like that where environments won't load. So I generally, as a kind of try to keep it so that like if a character dies, I leave it. But if a character dies because of some like weird graphical thing, I will reload my save because I don't think that's fair to me. Alright, so first what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this guy Juan, and I'm gonna go ahead.
So you are, in a sense, a rage quitter when it comes to some things. Like, some things will annoy you to the point where you will actually quit and reload the save.
Well, here's
I very much feel, when I play these games, that I have to be true to the story.
No, and I agree. And if a character dies because of my poor strategy, I will deal with that. But if a character dies because, like the game hangs
take that
up or
shot.
something like that,
Take that shot.
I'm not going to necessarily keep that because it's like, if it's not necessarily due to my poor playing, but it's because of the game's performance,
That makes sense.
I'm not going to necessarily... oh, cool. And I got hair trigger. Hair trigger is another thing that I have on my gun, which means I get to take a second free action.
Do it again. Boom, don't miss.
If you take down his main health before you take the armor down, will he still die?
Yeah, so the armor there is just to show, okay, he can take extra damage. Like, that's literally all it is.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to move her there. I'm really hoping that I can take... okay, cool, I got a free reload. So one of my weapon perks as well gives me a free reload, so I don't have to necessarily use half of my turn. Pretty much I have stacked these guys to be as overpowered as I possibly
Ship
can.
doesn't have a shot on anybody.
No, so I'm going to move him right there, and he still has some pretty decent... Like, there are just some really cool shots like that. Alright, he's got a 76% chance. I'm going to go ahead and take it. Hopefully it kills him. Cinematography. Boom, bish.
Nice.
It's a Voltorb.
But now, that blew up that wall, so now my
Yep.
one guy is completely exposed, but it is what
And
it...
there's a
Yeah.
fire by the machine you're supposed to protect.
That's fine. That's not going to do anything.
That's cool.
Alright, so... I'm going to end turn, and I just have one guy left, and that guy is going to fall pretty easy. He's probably going to shoot at Juan, or Hune,
One.
but whatever.
No.
He's fine. He probably will panic, though, because he's a bitch.
Whoa. Yep.
Off it goes.
But what I find is when people panic, they actually generally do better than they do other times. So yeah, he just fucking wrecked that guy. And I think that might be the last enemy. Which means that, yep, I protected that thing. It didn't get a shot. Only guy that got hurt was Hune. And I got an excellent rating on that one, so that's pretty cool.
Jordan, you're supposed to suck when we play these.
No, XCOM is like the one franchise where I really try to be as strategic as I can. So the fact that I was able to back that up with a perfect mission
Nice.
was great. So I did the most
92%.
damage, made the most attacks was Jane, Ghost Kelly. And what I like is that like afterwards, everyone will be smiling if they did really good. And if they did poorly, like they'll have like their head in their hands. And so there's a lot more.
Even if you win and one guy does real bad.
If you win and like a character dies, they will still be bummed out because technically one of their members of their squad got killed off. So like they added a lot more character to this game in terms of like the personality traits that your characters can have and like how they respond. And there's a lot more in terms of like animation and everything. So I just think that they did a really, really great job with it as a general whole. And that's coming from someone who's loved the first game. Like I said, some of the resource management stuff can kind of be a little bit tricky. It's not well optimized at all. Like, it is some shit half of the time. I have a $2,600 computer that can't run it past low. It's because it has an integrated graphics card.
That's the main reason.
But still.
Because we're running this on a 2013 fully loaded iMac, which I don't know what my graphics card is inside of it.
But, I mean, it can run on high
But
on everything.
It's a 4 gig graphics card, I know that. Yeah, we tried Ultra, and Ultra
And
was
it's
a
going
little
through
too
Steam
much.
Link, and it's still able to run fine.
Crazy bananas.
So I got a promotion with one or two of my characters, so we'll go ahead and we will adjust the promotion, and then I'll show you guys like one or two other small things, and then we'll probably call it if that's cool with you guys. So you can tell, like, the people who didn't get hurt, they're pumped. The people who did get hurt, though, they're just kind of like leaning over. So I got promotion with Major Petrova. So I got capacitor discharge underground with the location where it's damaging and potentially stunning nearby targets.
Can you switch those after the fact?
Ooh, no. So I got the ability to stun all my enemies, or I have the ability to fly to each squad member, healing or reviving them as needed. So that sounds really good. We're going to go ahead and give her that. So she has the ability to hack enemies. She has the ability to scan the field. She has the ability to cover fire if an enemy doesn't even move. She has that Overwatch ability, and then she has that restoration. So she is, in terms of importance to my squad, really good. So loot, I got an Illyrium core. I got all these different corpses that you can actually dig into and get more intel with.
And so you got Kingpin.
Yeah, he is kind of your guy who gives you like your reason behind everything. So so I got one of those Illyrium cores. I'm probably gonna go to the Proving Ground. Proving Ground is where my sister's actually staffed. And you get to choose like different things that you want to build. So right now, plasma grenade wouldn't be a terrible thing, but I would like to get some more suits for my people. So I'm probably going to I don't know which one.
When it says 5 days, is that 5 real days or 5 in-game days?
5 in-game days, and I'll show you how you can kind of like progress time. So do I want to get more armor for my people, or do I want to get a plasma grenade, which will in theory do more damage to the enemies?
I don't know, man. You're a run through.
I'm gonna go ahead. Overall, my or do I want to do experimental grenade?
What's the Skulljack?
Skulljack is something with a story mission that allows you to hack into enemies' brains.
Nice.
Yeah, and it instantly kills them too.
That sounds fun.
So I got an experimental power weapon, experimental heavy weapon, and these things, I would say do the experimental things because it gets you like status effecty stuff, like poison or burning or anything like that. I'm probably I'll go ahead and do a plasma grenade.
I'll send word as soon as we're finished, Commander.
And so that is where you research things. Once things are researched, you can go down to engineering and you can build items. So like I have all these different things like medkits, flashbangs, proximity mines. I have different weapons, which I actually need to upgrade my snipers to the newest one. And that's going to pretty much get everyone upgraded fully, and then you can buy like additional like armors and everything like that. Oh, that's the armor that I need to buy actually.
Need 300 supplies.
Yep, which I just spent a lot of that. So the way you progress time is you go into your bridge here, and
you wait to see what everything says.
Yeah, so the game kind of just tosses a lot of things at you, and it's like, hey, pay attention to me, but pay attention to me too. And you're just kind of like, I don't really know which one I'm supposed to pay attention to the most. So yeah, so you move through time by, so I had the supply drop over here, which is going to take 1 day. You just press on the little clock next to it, and it progresses time for you. So yeah, you just do that, and then, cool, I finished up getting those supplies. I will probably hold off on that, and what I'm actually going to do is I am going to look at making contact, and this is how you get to new areas. These things right here are bad things that add to that avatar project, and so you destroy those, and it gets rid of that little ticker up there, because if that ticker fills up, you're dead. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to make contact with these guys just to kind of show what that's like, and then I'll go ahead and call it. Because that kind of gets you a bunch of the different like gameplay elements and all the different things that they've added, and I don't necessarily want to dig too much into story missions because there could be people who don't necessarily want to see anything like that. Cool, so she just got trained into be a grenadier. That's neat. And actually one other thing I'm going to do, and then I think I killed my keyboard. Hold on, sorry.
Why'd you kill your keyboard?
I accidentally hit the wrong Bluetooth button.
Good job.
Cool, so what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to go to this Advanced Warfare Center, and I actually think I'm going to retrain a soldier. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to retrain Lieutenant Tom Miles. That's fine.
So you can change someone's chosen kind of profession midway through the game.
Yeah, that's something new with this as well. So I'm going to... Sorry, Tom Miles. One soldier can be retrained in their class to choose a new ability. Oh, poop. Never mind. So that allows... Never mind. That just makes you... Allow you to retrain and respec your character, it looks like. So you can actually retrain them. That's kind of a bummer. Because you came to me pre-made as one of those rangers. So... Oh well. Cool. Then I will just finish up making contact with these guys. And then we'll see a nice little cutscene. And I just got my first psionic person, which means I can use telepathic abilities.
Yay.
Probably not ever going to use her, though. And every single time you make contact with someone, you go down.
You shoot them with flames, apparently.
Yeah. And I like that, too. Like, instead of you having, like, access to the whole entire world, you have to actually, like, use intel to find where these new resistances are. Go and say hey to them, and they're just like, hey, what's up, bro? And then they get you...
The t-shirt.
Yeah, and then they get you with more supplies as, you know, because every so often... Got more locations that are available for contact. Every so often you get these supply drops, and based off of how many places you have opened up, you get, you know, 50 from there, 45 from there, 50 from there, 50 from there, so on and so forth. So yeah, that's XCOM 2. It's got some jank to it for sure, but I think a lot of the things that they added are really pretty fucking cool. And as a general whole, I really fucking like this game a whole lot. Like I said, if what's it called, Dark Souls 3 wasn't coming out this year, I would probably say this is my game of the year. So
awesome, man. Well,
So,
thanks
yeah.
for showing it to us. I am gonna dig in more with my my copy of it. I'm excited to get as far as you have.
yeah,
And maybe we'll convince Keegan to try it one time.
one of these days we'll do a gamer's choice and make Keegan play.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we'll do it.
won't buy it. It's a cool game. Like a lot of the games we play that you guys choose. It's a cool game. It's just not my style game that I'd sit down and play.
Aesthetically, though, like you agree, like I mean,
It's real pretty.
Yeah, it's real cool.
It's real
looking.
pretty.
Like,
It's real. Like I feel like the systems work really well. I just don't like these style of games. Is what
Yeah.
it comes down to. I mean,
that's fair.
And
But that's why I appreciate you sitting here and watching, because I know that this isn't your shtick. So,
Yeah.
thank you for watching, and thank everyone else for watching too. So,
we love you guys.
love you too. If you would like to maybe be a character in my game, leave me a comment with what you would want your nickname to be,
Where you're from,
gender. And if you want to, you can always email us, and we'll have the email in the link, a picture of yourself, and I will do my best to create you and maybe implement you into some of my
Welcome to
my
the second level at
squads.
gmail.com.
Yep, welcome to the second level at gmail.com. So feel free to send something to that with a picture, and I will make you into my game.
No
so,
dick pics, please.
Yeah, and then I'll send you a screenshot of what you look like. So,
Yay.
so thanks for watching, guys, and until next time.
Welcome to the second level. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I can't believe that video's over. What am I supposed to do? Wait, you mean there's a whole channel up there with more great gaming content, and I can hit subscribe down there so I can see even better gaming content? You just made my day.